years. You know a lot about rivalries. Was there a rival out there, a specific player or a specific team for you?
Well, the Lakers. You know, whenever we played the Lakers, it was going to be fantastic. It was great for TV. It was great for our cities to go up against Los Angeles, the stars who get all the attention. And then you got those workman Spurs doing it under the radar.
Under the radar? You won 3 titles.
But it was still, you didn't come out and visit us, did you? That's what I'm talking about, Kevin. Don't get me on that right now.
There you are, Bruce, of course, dealing with the Lakers. Did you guys play at a different level when the Lakers were in town?
Well, because of their history, you know, they were coming off a three-peat. And so each time you played them, you wanted a piece of that. You wanted to say, how do we measure up to this ball club? If we want to get to where they are as far as being a champion, how will we go about that? You got to knock the champion down before you can get there.
All right, meanwhile, action last night, those Lakers with the chance to reach 500 for the first time in 2013. Road trip in Denver. That is the high altitude you're dealing with here. The Nuggets were beating the Lakers down the court all night. What's the reason behind this? Was this a second day of a back-to-back in your mind?
It is a second day, but you got to, if you want to be champions, you got to do a better effort in transition. Whenever a shot goes up, look at who's getting back. Who wants it more? It was Denver who wanted it more. And look at Kenneth Faried, an animal.
Yes, and Kobe having his shot blocked here. The energy, and Corey Brewer takes off. Was this just young legs, too?
Well, I don't look at it as just young legs. Yes, we know the Lakers are older, but you just look at how much more that the Denver Nuggets wanted this. And it's always just one guy back on defense. Everyone has to get back in transition.
How about this stat? The Nuggets outscored the Lakers 33-3 in fast break points, searching for answers LA afterwards.
We couldn't even get 3 guys back. It was like 5-on-2. They had all 5 guys down. We had like 1 back or 2 back. And to me, that was, we just weren't quite ready to come out and ready for their speed.
The fast break points, man, that's a killer. That team is like a track team over there.
Got to find a way to get back. You know, as soon as we looked up, somebody shot a shot. You know, I would crash the boards. My man is already in the paint. You know, so they was just running out. You know, it was a track race for us tonight.
You heard Dwight talk about it. They had issues defending the paint. Here is Dwight Howard on the problem inside.
What they were doing was, you know, every time I tried to contest a shot or, you know, block or whatever, you know, the big had free reign to the basket. When I didn't help, the guard scored, and when I did help, my man scored.
The Nuggets scored 78 points in the paint, the most ever against a Howard team. They were up by 12 over a minute left, and here comes the Manimal working Dwight Howard, going over Dwight Howard.
Yeah, whose fault was it there?
The Lakers go down by 11.
I don't think it's a step backwards. You know, we came in, played a team that played extremely well at home, and they obviously have advantages on us in terms of their athleticism and speed, and they took advantage of it tonight, but I'm not too concerned about it. We'll bounce back next week.
We didn't really come out with enough energy or enough, you know, attack mode. We were kind of a little bit lethargic, and I thought, you know, that really made it difficult for us.
We can't get down on ourselves. You know, we won the last 11 out of 15, so, you know, we still got to stay positive, stay together, and get another win. You know, it's the first loss since the break, you know, so we're going on the right path. You know, we just got to, you know, stay there.
Lakers are now 1-10 against current top 8 seeds in the Western Conference on the road. I know you were asking a rhetorical question there when we saw Faried go over Dwight Howard on whose fault was it there. Clearly, you were making a reference to the big man in the middle. What's been the difference in your mind when you see them back-to-back days, the energy against the Mavericks, and then what you saw last night against the Nuggets?
I saw complacency. Because they have been playing better, you saw where Dwight Howard talks about they've won 11 out of 15. Yes, you are playing better, but you still need to dig yourself out of the hole that you all have created. So you win in Dallas and you come into Denver knowing they're a running ball club, and you do what? You don't get back in transition. You don't play defense like you're urgent. You don't play defense as if you're trying to get a number 6 seed in the playoffs. They'll be fortunate, I believe, to get to the 8th spot, but you want to aspire to higher rankings.
You just explained that they don't have the urgency. And now you still think they're going to make the playoffs in your mind?
Look, they are talented. That's a talented group with Steve Nash, Kobe Bryant, and Dwight Howard. They are going to make the playoffs. It's not about that. It's about what can they do if they are in the playoffs. They're not playing basketball where they're holding one another accountable. You hear Dwight Howard, who's supposed to be the anchor of the defense, he's calling out other guys. Well, when I go to help here, then somebody else scores. When I go to do that, you didn't hear that from Steve Nash. You didn't hear that from Kobe. When you have that type of mentality of a guy who hasn't won at the highest level, this is what you have to deal with. It's so many issues going on upstairs with him. Just play the game, Dwight. Be Superman for us. Defend, rebound, block shots. Come on, Kevin. Get with me, baby.
Take some responsibility, right?
And take some responsibility.
Next up, the Lakers. They host the Timberwolves on Thursday.